Hello everyone, I'm Zalty and this is the Zalty Show on YouTube. Today we'll be getting new indicators on my bike. Okay, so what we'll be doing today is we're going to do some garage stuff with Susie, and we're going to put on these instead of the stock indicators. They are a lot prettier and I think it will look good. Okay, so the next thing here is we're going to strip the entire back end. So we're going to get this stuff off, and I mean, this isn't super complicated. We're just going to take it off. The back seat, the pillion seat, the sissy bar and luggage rack, and then we're going to lift all the plastic off and the metal off. I think it will be fine. Super easy, I believe. Okay, as you can see, this is how far we've gotten now. We have currently gotten the back end off and it just looks horrible at the moment, but it will look good when we're done, because what we're doing here, this entire part is gonna go. We don't need it because we have gotten a new one that we're gonna get there instead. It's gonna be much more minimal, it's gonna be much better looking, and then we have the new indicators that's gonna be on this. And I think it's gonna turn out really, really well. The biggest problem here is that, well, Suzuki didn't really make this back end so we can do this easily. So what we're gonna have to do, because we want to keep the splash guard, which is this part here, but we don't want to keep any of the old like beaver teeth part thing here. So what we're gonna have to do, okay, this is all dirty now, but what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to cut along this line so we get to keep this part, and then we can reattach that here and then attach the new mounting bracket for the indicators and license plate. And I think it's gonna look really good when we get that far, but it's gonna be a lot of work. Okay, that's how far we've gotten now. Okay, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna have to drill through this plastic and this metal to get, I mean, this is gonna be on the other side, of course, after we've cut everything else away, but we're gonna drill it first. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drill holes for this, right through this, which will be fine, and that will keep this in place later when we have cut the old license plate holder off. Yes, ready? Okay, so what happened here is we messed up the drilling just the tiniest bit. So 3 of the holes match up, but the last one doesn't, which is unfortunate, but it's more than fixable. So we'll try to just wiggle up this one, make it a bit bigger. Worst case scenario, we'll just have to make them all a bit bigger, but I think we can figure this out. It's not the biggest mistake so far. And of course I forgot to hit record, but now we're with 2 pieces. All we did was we took the, I don't know what you call this in English, we call it the tiger saw, and one of these.
Multi-tool.
Yeah, a multi-tool of some sort. We just took that and we just cut it. I mean, between these 2 pieces, it's just plastic, so you cut through it quite easily. And now we have this huge piece of junk that we don't need anymore, and this is going back on the bike. And it's gonna look good. I think it will be nice. Awesome. And there we go. After, what did that take? Like 6 hours? Not really, but it's a lot more minimalistic, I mean, compared to how it looked before. That's just pretty. And what we ended up doing is that we reused the light for the for the sign from the old part from this. We reuse that because I mean that's the law, we need to have it, and also the reflective thingamabob needs to be on it. And then yeah, these are still a bit crooked, and if you see this, when I put on the both of them at the same time, they're blinking at the right tempo. But if we do just one, you can see that it's way too quick. So I need to fix that, but there is no point in fixing it until I've changed the front indicators. So then we need to figure out what kind of thingamabob I need to fix it with. But that's a problem for another day, because we've been doing this for way too long now, so it's time to stop for the night. Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Zalty, and this is the Zalty Show on YouTube. I'm guessing this is gonna be part of the same video, but this is day 2 of our changing the indicator thingamabobs. So we're gonna tackle the front end now. The biggest problem is that the front end indicators are stuck with a freaking Phillips head screw, and it's, I mean, really stuck in there. Yeah, so we've been trying to get them out, but that just keeps stripping the screws. So we're gonna see how well we get on, but as always, I'll update you on the way. Okay, the problem we're having is that we've just loosened everything up here so we could actually work on it, but the problem is that the actual indicators, they're stuck here with a Phillips head, here, on the underside. And I mean, the screws are so soft, and they're so tightly wound. As soon as you put pressure to them, you just feel the give in them. I mean, yeah. And we're gonna see how we'll see if if we get it loose. Okay, 2.5 hours it took to get the old indicators off. Just because the bolts that were here, and they're actually connecting the indicators to this piece of metal here. I mean, this is the front, the cow head is supposed to be here, the headlight. So, what we had ended up doing, this one we drilled from the bottom, just to get the freaking bolt out, and then we also cut it from this angle to actually get enough of the bolt off so we could pop it out. This one, then we actually could remove the piece of plastic that was here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. Because this one was on there. And once we got the first headlight off, we could actually get it off properly. So then we just cut through the bolt here and actually got it off that way. I mean, we've totally ruined the old indicators now. I mean, I know this is a ratchet solution for the entire thing, but I mean, those bolts were, I mean, we tried everything to get them out, even with, what do you call those that you like hammer in to try to get them loose? I mean, but I mean, it was totally stuck. But now we get to the fun part. Now we actually get to assemble everything and make it look good. We're gonna do some soldering to get the old connections. These that were on the focus. These connections that were on the old indicator. We're gonna solder those onto the new ones, and then we're gonna connect it all up, make sure it works, and then it's just a matter of reassembling everything. We also need to change the indicator relay thingamabob. I'm not quite sure where that one is, but I think it's actually under the seat where the battery is, because that's where it's supposed to be on most motorcycles. So I think we'll find it under there, because I bought a new one that's made for LED indicators, so hopefully that will work. Okay, yeah. I think this, yeah, it'll work. I believe. Should it be this complicated to change indicators on your m1800r? No, it shouldn't. The reason why it was so complicated for us was because those two bolts, they have never been off since the bike was in factory. I've never touched them before. I tried getting them off once last year to swap the indicators then, but I just tried gently, and I mean the screws were so soft that, and they were so on there that you couldn't do it. And I tried, I mean I have the right bits head thingy, and that wasn't the issue. They were just, I don't know. But anyway, now they're off. Okay, finally, the new indicators are on, and unfortunately they're not working because when you change from your standard indicators to LED ones, you will also need a new one of these, which is the relay thingamabob. Unfortunately, the one I bought should fit for this, but it doesn't. It's totally the wrong kind, but so it won't be working now. I just need to order a new part. But that's how it's looking so far. Now we're just gonna reattach the headlight and clean it up, and I'll show you guys how it looks when it's all done. We had to fabricate a bit. What we had to do is we took a couple of washers, drilled them out so the indicators would fit through them, and then we just tightened them with the knot. That was not the knot, the nut that was on the indicators. That was supposed to be like the thing holding them up. Let's see if I can show you on the rear ones. And these nuts that are on here, these nuts. Oh my god, I'm 12. Anyway, we took those and put washers on each side, and with those pinched the indicators in place. And I think it looks pretty darn sexy. I mean, it's a lot better than the original ones, and I really like it. I'll show you how it looks when we have it all assembled again. Okay, there we have it, the final product. Yeah, as I explained, unfortunately it won't work now, but anyway, I mean, it looks awesome. And I checked the distance and everything is still within legal specs, which is good. And they're still highly visible, so yeah, I like it. It's much more discreet, but not, I mean, they're not flush mounts or anything, so I like it. Okay guys, that was a very ratchet attempt at swapping, well, I shouldn't say attempt, it was a very ratchet way of swapping indicators on an m1800r. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'll have a few more garage videos coming up. We'll be changing spark plugs on my Beast as well, and probably something else that I can't remember right now. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.